Inflewence here. Today I have Magic Square's third member of Computron-Eniac number 3, which is their Strafe, and it's on par with the rest of their line. I do like it a lot. It's fun, has a easy transformation, somewhat easy, but involved a little a transformation. And I do want to say I'm trying to convey the colors, because a lot of videos and pictures I see, the colors look more darker. I don't know, more darker, but they look darker than they are in real life, and they look more, I guess, brighter. I don't know what the word. I would guess brighter would be how to describe it in pictures and videos, and it may be coming off on my video as well, but in person the colors are a little more muted, and people may or may not like it. That's why I'm explaining it if you don't have it yet. But other than that, I think it's a great figure. Like I said, a great transformation. I really like the figure, and it's fun to fool with. All right, so let's get it started.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
Off the 360, here we are. Let's get him closer so you can see his face. Face is nice. Paint on the eyes is metallic, which is nice. And yeah, all of that. So let's get his accessories. He has this gun here that can fit in his hand, or you can fit it on his back. He has these two guns, or I guess they're guns, that can fit on his back. Let's put him to the side for a second. Subscribe. And they're both the same. Let me try not to lose it. As I was saying, they're both the same. They have a little peg. And, you know, it's his front guns when he's whatever he is, a plane or whatever it is. Here's the box. Same old Magic Square box. I do like the back. I like the artwork right here. It's pretty nice. You have a nice card, of course, as usual. Book. Won't get into that. I didn't use the book, so I kind of figured out some of this on my own, and then I did look at some videos that I could find, because there is a little bit of trickiness up here. Here's nose cone, and I don't have Lightspeed is in car mode because I never transformed him back, so just to show them together. And I will show him next to him as a vehicle. His hand, of course, he comes with this as an accessory. This is probably gonna be a quick one. Like I said, the transformation isn't difficult, so let's just do articulation. Spin the 360. Doesn't have side to side because it's on a hinge, so he does get all the way up and a little down. Arm gets up to there, so at least 90, a little bit more than 90 degrees. Of course, you get the 360. No butterfly. He does get full range on his elbow. Double jointed. And he has a bicep swivel. Hand spins around. 360. Doesn't move anywhere else. Fixed fingers. Ab crunch. Great ab crunch, as expected. And 360 on the waist. Does have some skirts. Oh, front skirts. I'm thinking he has side skirts, but I think this is all one piece. So he's a little limited on the articulation back, which I'll show. I'm getting ahead of myself. But side to side, he does full splits. Front, he's not doing the full hurdles, but I think it's enough for what you want to do. But just mentioning it, it doesn't go all the way back because of the fixed skirt. There, he has a swivel right here. Knee does a good job. It's single, well, no, it's double jointed, but it doesn't really matter. You can use this joint, and you can use the top joint to get it all the way up to get more of range. It's good though with all this stuff on the back. This moves, you can have it to the side. I think back is appropriate or accurate. but just showing you can have it to the side if you want. I just showed the knee, and he has a foot. Toe doesn't do anything, but he does do this. So transformation, you can, well, you know what, I'll do the arms first. Arm, well, put the hands in. Can push the hand back, spin the hand around 180, and then flip that in, do that. Then you turn this like this, push that up, the forearm, and then you kind of up and over it to put it in that spot. Not hard at all. Same thing here. Move that back, flip this 180, push it in, close it, flip, push up, flip it in. There you go. That's how you want that. There's two lock mechanisms on the top that you flip up. And then this is tabbed on. You want to pull that down, pull this down. You can pull this out. This arm is tabbed on to the back piece. So you can pull that out. It's on a screw. Just so you know, this screw is really tight. So you may have to loosen that. I didn't loosen it yet. I wish I would have, because I'm scared it could break. So as you saw, I just loosened that screw. Now it's a lot better. It's easier to pull this out all the way. And what I was saying was that screw, there's a screw on a moving piece. That happens a lot. If there's screws on moving pieces, it can screw it in when you move it. So then this side was fine when I got it. So you move this out like that, or it was fine. You can move it down. I think it moves better when it's back. And then you can move this like this. The only reason you're getting these pieces squared up like that is to spin this around. So you spin this around like that. That where the arm is. And then eventually you're going to push it back up. But let's not do that yet. Let's fool with this centerpiece. So with the centerpiece, you can move this up. There's a little flap here. You can move up as well. Make sure this is down, because then you want to spin this around 180. Then you can work with this a little better. Move this down. This you're spinning around. The only reason you're spinning it around, I believe, is to try to get the head in. So the head you can move in like this. It's going to go in like this, but it won't go far enough if this flap. I see some people having trouble with the head going in. This flap right here needs to be down a little farther. So you got to make sure that flap is down, because then this head, if it's not, the head hits it right there. When the flap's down, you can kind of squeeze it in, and you can make this flap go down farther as you push this up. You kind of squeeze that in there, then you can move this around. You may be able to get it in there without squeezing it. But once you do that, then you can move this down here, and then this flips around and tabs in there. Now we can situate all this back. So you want to move this back up and get it. It will no longer tab in right here. This tabs in there like that. Then you can pull this flat, or I should say flush. It's flush like that. Then you move this down. Now this will tab in to here and tab right there, and right here clip on to this side. Do that, then push this flap up, and it locks everything there. And that's where you need it at. So again, over here, I'll just do it quickly without all the explanation. So move this up. Move that in. Don't do that yet. Push this down. Line it up. Push it in. And you're pretty much good. Now for the legs, come down here. You can move all this stuff out if you want. You're gonna hit it and get it messed up. But then what you want to do, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a flap right here. Open that up. Then you can move with all this. Move this down. The foot. I said this, but it's the foot. Flip this out. Undo that. Now you can accordion it up. And this is where the legs, the knees have to be a certain way. I can never tell if it's right, but the way you can tell is this peg right here has to line up with this hole, peg hole right there. So if it does line up, you know you have it right. And if not, you just flip it until you can line it up and it's right. Make sure that's not down yet. Then right here, flip this piece out, this little piece. You can move this around. It doesn't hurt anything to have it wherever it is. Flip this over, because then this arm is going to tab into that tab. Make sure you have it correct. It has to be all the way up and tabbed in, and then this tabs in. Now you can flip this in here, and there's a tab, you know, the two tabs that right here and right here that slide into there, and this tab. Make sure you have the wing where you need it to tab into the arm. And then then the key is just to get it lined up. Does take a little bit. Make sure you got it line up on this side too. Here we go. Sometimes it's easier to do it that way. Then you just, if this is still out, you flip that up, flip this in. It should tab in where you need it to. Make sure everything is aligned, and then you tab this in there. It kind of keeps everything together. There we go. Now you can, if you didn't flip this wing out, it'll probably go in anyway. You can flip all of that out. And right here, you can pull this. This goes out a tad bit. It goes in and out, and it doesn't really make a big giant difference unless I don't have it pulled out enough. But like I said, it doesn't make a super difference. Now for this side, let me see if I can get it a little better. I'll just pull this stuff out just to have it where it needs to be. Flip this. Take that out of there. Flip this over. It does get a little tricky because you're having to deal with all of this stuff. Make sure the foot is moved out before you try to flip it. If you saw I was having trouble flipping it up, because the foot needs to be side like that. Now you move this up, have the knee where you need it in order to tab this in. It's already there, which is good. Flip this piece out like that. Now you move that stuff up. Like that. Make sure this thing is out so it's not in the way, and all this proper. I moved that in because I like to then get this together, because there's a tab on the back that also goes over and is like an over under tab. So now everything's together, and you can try to get this situated, pegging the arm to that side peg, and then peg this stuff in. Concentrate on these because they're the hardest to get in. That one wasn't too hard. And make sure you have this lined up. Then you flip this, and you make sure the back, peg that together. Now you bring in your upper guns, put that on there like that, put this on here like this. It is a tight fit. You know how they do. a lot of their peg and holes are smaller than their pegs and all of that to make it tighter. And clean them up because these wings do flap around when you're handling it. They're not really secure, but it makes for a good spaceship, whatever this is. You can see it's the weird plane thing back here. I didn't pull this out. Like I said, it doesn't change that much, but it is part of the transformation. But you can see bottom, the front. You can also, I guess, store this back here if you need to. Oh no, that doesn't go there. Where did I have it? I had it here. Did I have it here? No. Yeah, I had it on one of these. If you have it on a stand, you can put it like that if you like the asymmetrical. I kind of wish there was a way to put it up here or something, like right here. I don't think there is. Unless I find it right now. But here it is, Strafe in his vehicle mode. Let me bring in another vehicle so you can see them together. Light speed. Here we are. You know, of course, they're gonna not be in scale because of the robot's scale and the good scales of everything. As I would just assume that this would supposed to be so much bigger than a car, but I don't know. Who knows? Might be the same size. I think that's it for this. I'm not showing the combine mode until I combine them all, and then I show the combine mode of each one. So I'll get up with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want to know.